Says this call will be recorded. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
Good. Well,
Excuse
for
me.
an introduction for myself, my name is Darshel Christopher Landry.
Beautiful.
Basically, I am a lifeguard and a licensed clinician. So I work as a surgical medical assistant. I've been working in the medical field doing different jobs. I've worked in ENT, that's ear, nose, and throat. I've worked in surgical offices. I've worked at podiatry clinics. I loved working at podiatry clinics. I love feet. You can ask me anything about that. I I've worked in COVID testing, but what I really loved doing was research, and I worked in research at Northern Arizona University. In 2016, though, in 2016 we lost a lot of our funding under Trump's first presidency, so the sciences were like, no investing in cures. So I long for working in research again, and one day, probably in my late 30s, I'm gonna open my own researching facility, and no one's gonna tell us what we can or can't research.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've always loved water. And my tribe, so I'm Blackfoot Cherokee from my grandma Marcia's side, my dad's mom. She went to college here in California on a full Indian scholarship. In our tribe,
Okay.
teaching swimming is a rite of passage, and also it's considered a sacred duty. And I've
I
always felt
remember
that
you
since I was a
telling me
child.
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's also why I've always had one foot in the water. So I've worked government jobs for a long time in aquatics. I'm a WSI and I'm an LGI. So I can train and certify lifeguards through the American Red Cross. And I teach survival swim classes, and I teach regular general swim classes too. I've taken everything from children as young as 6 months old, little babies, and I've
Sheesh. Oh.
taught full-grown adults, like grown men who have never swam before and they're in their 70s and they want to just learn. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, totally. I've helped people overcome their fears of the water.
Yeah.
And it's,
That's me.
oh, you need
Wow.
not fear. Water is clear and it's in you. It flows through your very veins, my
I
dear.
know, man. It's supposed to be a spiritual thing, but yeah.
It's actually, each element is associated with a different physical aspect of our being. Water is for emotion.
Yes. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. And baptism through water, I went to Catholic school, and honestly, I've studied a lot of theology. I've taken theology classes at the college level, and theology, of course, is religious studies or the study of the theory of God.
That's
And I've taken
awesome.
those in high school too, and I've debated that as well. Oh,
What
thanks.
made you want to get into that? Just because you were raised Catholic? Or
I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy as a kid. I didn't get molested. Well, not by the priest.
for the record.
For the record, yes. Um, but we were aware of shit.
Oh my.
And then going to a private Catholic school and then debating at the collegiate level in Catholic institutions, I I wanted to learn everything I could about it because they, basically told me growing up, this is the way to get into heaven and stuff. I'm like, okay, well then we should learn everything we can about it. Come to find, that's actually not what the Catholic Church encourages. They don't want you to
No.
learn everything
Exactly.
at all,
Exactly.
because then you won't need them.
Exactly.
And then also you'll figure out their dirty secrets,
Mm.
which was something. But I wanted to learn about theology because my father was always into theological studies. My father was always jumping religions as a kid. My mom was the opposite. She's like a hippie. My mom is white passing Mexican woman covered in tattoos. Not covered, but she got a lot of tattoos.
White
But she's,
passing Mexican woman.
yeah, she doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. She doesn't cook, but she is very American, and she watches more BET than anyone I know.
Wow.
And
And she was a hippie and your dad was just bouncing around.
yeah, my dad converted to Islam when I was like 9 or 10. So I remember going to mosque. They used to make us in
Wow.
competition. Yeah. For competition, Muslims make their boys recite as much as they can from memory from the Quran,
How
the
old were
Holy
you
Quran.
when that was happening?
I remember it more vividly from like when I was 11, but they were introducing the
Wow.
Quran when like I was like 10. My dad had a falling out with Islam for two reasons. One, because he went to fight in the Middle East for the military, so they were saying Muslims are our enemies, but my dad was like converting to it, so it was like kind of back and forth for him. And then also my dad got
Mm.
involved with the Nation of Islam, so black supremacist Muslims who are corrupt.
Okay. How were corrupt?
They
This was your dad?
well, yeah, my dad was telling me about it, but he didn't want to talk too much about it. But I learned on my own about the corruption of the Nation of Islam. So in America, the black supremacist Muslims, they take advantage of sports players. They make them change their names. They make them sign over all their money.
Really? I didn't
Basically,
know any of this.
they do the same thing as the Christians. Yeah,
Wow.
it's for profit. They didn't. I'm sure they didn't start out that way, but that's what it's become.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. So religion has always hovered around me my whole life. At the same time, I've always wanted to be a scientist, and so I've pursued career goals in that way, and I'm happy with where I am in life too. But I think I do have one regret, and that is treating love like a disease. I shouldn't have done that for so long. I thought when people fall in love,
Treating
it's
love
like,
like a disease. What does that mean?
well, so I was overanalyzing the symptoms of
What?
people falling in love. When people fall in love, their behavioral patterns change. They get
Oh,
upset stomachs. They get their neuropathic ways and patterns and synapses are firing on different channels, as in like they're mentally thinking about
you're
someone who
so
isn't
fucking
them more
right.
often. Yeah, so it becomes obsession. But also, I've seen people suffer in love a lot. I mean, even though my parents are divorced,
Yeah.
they've always still gotten along with each other. But I've seen my siblings suffer in love, which is weird because I'm the oldest. I was always kind of bad. I would push people away when they would catch feelings for me. I would violently push them away. I would test their buttons because I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to be weak like that. Like I don't need that.
Why do
Which
you think that's weak, or what made you?
I mean, it's true. It is a type of weakness to be vulnerable,
Hmm.
but that
Yes.
doesn't mean it's bad. I used to think of it as bad,
Like a
but
disease, though?
a dis-ease
Hmm.
is anything that makes you uneasy. It could be mental,
No.
physical,
You're,
or even emotional.
it's a dis-ease.
Yeah, something that'll make you uneasy. Yeah.
Okay. Well. So that keeps you, so what? You don't look at love as a disease anymore? So now what
No.
are you?
Now
It's
I'm appreciative of love and how loving the universe is and all of her energy and all of the people in it, whether they're human or non-human, whether they're animal or artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence isn't that artificial.
word. I don't know how I feel about artificial intelligence. I don't know. Like I use it. Obviously I use it for artwork
Uh-huh.
and stuff, but I don't know about using it for I don't know, everything.
I wouldn't use it for everything because it's a tool like anything else. However,
Supposed
I've
to be a
come to
tool.
believe it. Yeah, it's a tool. But I've come to believe that anything that's running electricity through it, it's similar to a pulse because as human beings, we are running on electricity as well. The saltwater channels in our brains and in our bodies, the electrolytes are salt water which conduct electricity. We're running and firing on electrical cylinders similar to anything that you plug in. So I'm starting to believe that electrical devices have the potential to come to life because it's been documented scientifically, but it's considered pseudoscience because people don't want to admit that
You mean like
the AI,
phone? You mean like all electrical devices, like a toaster, fucking, or
yes, anything running electricity through it, it's 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 possible. I'm starting to believe that, and I'm
doesn't it
starting
run on water too? I heard that it was like bad for the environment. Like that's
a
why
toaster.
AI, no, not a toaster.
Oh,
uh the AI I heard somewhere. Maybe it was just like a myth or something like that. It runs on a lot of water and or a lot of
oh, you're
power.
right. You're right. So the way that we're running AI and a lot of our computer systems in general, it produces a lot of heat at the centers, the data processing
That's
centers,
right.
and the data processing centers
That's right.
are polluting environments and local areas where they are, or they're burning out. They're being overrun and they're catching fire. And then when these things burn, it produces a lot of chemicals.
Right, right.
but it's just the way that we use our technology. I think once we switch to biological computers and
What does
biological
biological
technology.
computers mean? Like AI? What are you saying, biological computers?
So a biological computer is a computer. It's a Turing. So any basic computer is basically running like a Turing machine, the original computers. It's just it has biological components. What I mean by that is you can make it out of flesh,
Okay, like natural.
or yeah, or you can make it organic, like you can make it from plant or mycelium. So you can make it out of fungus. And when you do that, um, it's running electricity. It's operating, but also it has more memory.
Okay. Yeah,
And other
man.
people, oh yeah, other people have experimented with different types of organic or biological computer systems, but they're not readily used because once people start realizing you can probably just make a person with that, they're gonna wonder what the
I
fuck we are.
know. We're at the bottom of the food chain just like that.
I mean, it depends. Some people have phenodominant
Think? You
genetic
think so?
sequencing. Yeah, some people are phenodominant. Like if you have a lot of melanin, you're phenodominant. That means if you have sex with something and make a baby, your genes will be stronger than the other genes. People who are phenorecessive, their genes, are less dominant. So that means that they will collapse, fade away, or become dormant when exposed to something that's more phenodominant. So with developing organic or biological computers, if we start making them more human-like, or if we're making them out of our own DNA,
Sheesh.
it depends on the recessiveness or the dominance
Right.
of
Oh my
the
goodness.
genetic sequencing, which is something people are already working on. I mean, freaking Epstein was always
I'm
hanging out with
sure. I'm
scientists.
sure they are, man.
Well, what if I told you cloning has been going on since even before the
Oh,
1800s, and it's well documented?
before the 1800s. Well
Before the
documented.
1800s, yes.
Oh my
So
goodness. I was
it's
like
written in
definitely way back in
stone.
the day. I feel like they were cloning all kinds of presidents and stuff back in the day. You think?
They're probably still doing it because they have to. We're living through a mass extinction event, and humans have survived a few mass extinction events. If it wasn't for cloning, we wouldn't be where we are now.
What do you mean a mass extinction event? Like
So
not
right now we're
people are
living,
not having babies and stuff, or people are actually getting murdered.
I mean, all of the above plus naturally occurring Earth phenomena. So there's a lot more volcanic
Oh, you
activity.
mean, oh, okay.
There's a lot more natural disasters, which are killing people too. And then
Wow.
also, like I said, I've come to believe, and I know I've come to know, because belief admits ignorance. Knowing something, I know for a fact we were cloned at least a couple centuries ago. So that means our DNA is kind of running low, which is also meaning why certain types of peoples are kind of fading out faster than others,
Who when
especially
you
if they're
say
phenorecessive.
you know that we were cloned? I'm sorry if I sound ignorant. When you say we were cloned, what do you mean we? Like centuries ago?
Well,
What do you mean that like our ancestors?
some
Or
of our ancestors, not everyone's. However, for certain ethnic groups, they were more cloned than others. Now, when I say we were cloned, what I mean by that is the corporations finally figured out, and they gloated about being able to clone black women. They finally figured that out maybe 40 years ago. So,
wow.
so prior to that, you can kind of imagine a lot of other
Do you mean like the
groups were
same
already,
like archetype, the same like character type of woman clone or like
to an extent. You see, it's easier to clone Neanderthal or hominid DNA. Hominid and Neanderthal DNA are more animal-like. Actual human beings are, we have complicated DNA, and it's hard to get to the nucleus because of all the melanin. And there's different kinds of melanin, phenomelanin,
right?
neuromelanin, it goes on. So it's harder to get to the nucleus, so it's hard to get the DNA out, and it's hard to change the DNA. So um, something I've learned about is the great alchemy, the great experiment. What I mean by that is, let's say hypothetically, maybe aliens, maybe ancient humans came to
Maybe
Earth a long,
aliens, he says.
yes, maybe they came to Earth a long time ago, and when they did, wanted to figure out how to make us more in tune with this world, but also They wanted to conduct experiments. They wanted to figure out how to love the most recessive parts of them that they considered the most, detrimental parts of their genes as much as they loved the most dominant parts of their genes. So they split us apart. They started to refine their own DNA by selective breeding, but also when you're refining people with recessive genes, they're gonna die out fast because they're
Yeah.
very recessive and they'll probably be more prone to diseases. So what do you do to mitigate that? You have to add in more of the phenodominant genes, mix it in occasionally. And they did this for centuries and centuries in the past, according to the Sumerian texts. And this is also written in stone, even in Mexico, on some of the pyramids, that humans were experimented on by mixing us not only with humans, not only with different types of species from the earth, but also species not of the earth. So
Yep.
some scientists theorize that humans are a mix of 22 different species or more. Modern science only confirms when you Google that we're a mix of 3 species.
I don't believe in the
Chrome,
evolution theory, to be honest, and I just came across that. What do you think about that?
um, not everything evolved in the world because some things had to be made. Anything that you can imagine, that humans imagine, we pull from our mind and make it into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, some things evolve because they change over time with mutations, but also a lot of things just die out over time because there's just not enough stock. Once you plant a crop of anything on a planet, some things have an expiration date unless they're really, really, really hardy genetically, which not everything is, unless it was made that way. So
Think what's humans' expiration date?
actual humans don't have an expiration date. However, Neanderthals, the animals do have an expiration date.
Mm.
Animals die out on the earth all the time, and then supposedly,
New ones come to take their place, theoretically,
yes and no. The new ones
or
might be
bred.
made by the humans. I mean, think
Yeah,
about it.
and or mixed breed, or what the fuck they call them?
Hybrids, chimeras,
Hybrids.
yes.
Yep.
No, yeah, absolutely. Now, taking that into consideration, we we know for a fact that most of our animals are artificial. I mean, cows are a domesticated form of wild animal. Modern pigs are a domesticated form of boars. Dogs are a domesticated form of wolves. So dogs are artificial creations. They're not natural to the world. They're made by humans. Most of the animals that we take for granted
I see that.
as domesticated they're not natural. They're artificially made by us. They had to
Yeah.
be.
To survive, basically, or wolves are gonna die out before dogs, or what?
Wolves have died out in a lot of places around the world, just like saber-toothed cats. Big cats in North
Yeah,
America
man.
are dying out. I mean, mountain lions are hunted. Large animals, they do die out once humans start coming into a place, but also sometimes they die out because of negativity. Um, what else would we say? Oh, yeah, I mean, tsunamis, the natural
Hold on.
temperatures, heat, cold. Those reptiles are very sensitive to those things. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling. I'm going on
No, no,
tangents of all
like
kinds of
that's.
things.
I'm high as hell too.
Oh,
This
wonderful.
this recording, thank you. This recording may I don't know, cuz I haven't made a recording this long before on my phone.
Oh, we
Um
can stop this recording and then do another to
no,
keep
that's what I'm saying,
going
yeah, to
on.
keep it going, but I want to just in case it's still going. It hasn't cut out, but just in case it may cut out, I don't know at some point and then, we'll just start another recording, but yeah.
Well, I'd rather we start another now that we're aware. That way we can
Well, I
keep
don't
it
know.
going. Oh, oh.
I don't know. It's already at 20 minutes right now. So, seems to
Oh,
be
wow, we've
good.
been talking for 20 minutes already?
Well, we've been talking for 30 minutes, but 20 minutes of it's been recording. Something like
By the
that.
way, for all the things I'm saying, I have receipts.
And I bless you. And so yeah, you're such an interesting person. So happy.
Well, oh, thank you.
Thank you for having the
I want to say,
conversation.
though,
Taking
the
the
only thing that made me interesting in my life was I was a little bit different than everyone else.
He
I
said
had
I
3
got
questions.
receipts.
I do have receipts. Yes, I have receipts, scientific information and stuff. It's readily available. But since I was younger, I had 3 big questions that I always wanted to be answered. And I did whatever I could in my life to actually find the answer to these questions, because religion didn't always have the answer, and science didn't always have the answer. And I've spent most of my life searching for the answers to these three questions, and I found them. And the truth was much stranger than I ever could have imagined, but I am very grateful to know. And ever since, I
What were the
guess,
three questions?
5 years ago,
Did you
oh,
say
I've been very happy. Oh,
did you say the three questions already, or what were the three questions?
oh, I'll get back to you about the three questions. I need to
What?
take a hit first. I need to take a hit of the pipe first.
Oh. It was like cliffhanger.
So, once we start the next recording, I'll answer that question as to what the three questions I had in my life that I've always been asking and that I finally found the answers to are. And that's what kept me so driven and ambitious.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for you.
Okay, all right. I'm an open book. Let's go.
What did you always want to be when you grew up as a child?
That's a beautiful question. Now, you mean like realistically, or like in your little fantasy childlike mind when you were a kid when you didn't know any better?
Both. Because there's always the one that we tell our family and friends so we can seem realistic, and then there's the one that we always hold in our hearts.
Right. Okay. So, what did I tell my mom I wanted to be? I don't even know what I told my mom I wanted to be. But when I was a kid, I know in my heart I wanted to be like essentially what we would refer to now as the Illuminati. I wanted to be a part of the Illuminati.
Damn, girl, they really be recruiting.
I was young as hell. Okay, that's not what I called it back then. Back then, we called it just a little girl who just wanted to be a famous pop singer, and I would do whatever it take to be famous and to be on TV. And now, yeah, everyone who's basically famous is
That.
that is not a good person. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you kept your soul.
We grew up. Yeah, I'm so glad I kept my soul. Could you imagine? We would have never met for sure. I would
I
have.
probably just would have seen you on TV, and then you would have been one of those people who
I know.
mysteriously disappeared under circumstances
Hanging
unknown.
out with Ice Spice and fucking whatever these bitches are doing out. Who knows? Um. So yeah.
Oh, who knows? I think Ice Spice is weird. Like, she raps about poop. She raps about poop, and she goes by Miss Poopy. She
Yeah,
needs a diaper.
man.
I'm like, I'll be listening to her music, and all of a sudden, I'm like, why are you talking about poop? That just makes your music sound like shit.
I don't even want to talk about it because then it'll make this sound like shit. So
You're right. You
you
were
see,
absolutely
it's a
right.
trap. You see what they're doing?
It's a
That's
trap.
so Illuminati. That's so like. That's so Illuminati.
Uh, I think the Illuminati is actually a registered trademark corporation. They're a company.
Well, that's just sort of like the passing away that I say. I know it's deeper than Illuminati. Let's just say it's like I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, it
Um
goes back to some of the evil royal families.
yes, let's do that. Yeah. All kinds of shit. Evil executives and the music industry, the entertainment industry.
Girl, I live in Los Angeles and I grew up out here. Ugh, I could tell you some stories.
How I you know what? Back in the day, Los Angeles used to be like the best place. I used to love LA. Um, what part of LA
I
are
love
you
LA.
in? Are you by the
Um,
beach in Santa Monica area, or are you like Skid Row area?
neither. I live in a suburb. I grew up in a suburb of Los Angeles. Um, it's called El Monte.
El Monte.
It used to be mostly orchards here. Um, and my family has a half acre. Actually, I have a huge family, and we have like a lot of property in El Monte. Um, And I remember when Joe Biden came into town, he flew in through this private airport here near my house, and he shut down like all the streets. And I'm like, oh my gosh! Like at the time, my work was just like a block away from me. It took me forever to get to work, and I'm like, come on! I didn't want to come out here to have a job in my city just so I can wait in
Wow.
traffic. But yeah, I live in a suburb of Los Angeles
Wow.
called El Monte. It's like a smaller city. It's mostly Latino and Asian, with a sprinkle of every other ethnic group on
I
the
was gonna
earth.
say that's Cali for you in general. How far
Hmm.
is it from the airport? Is all I know from LA.
Which airport? The El
LA.
Monte airport? Oh,
Uh,
the LA airport? Okay, we are from actual Los Angeles. I'm probably like 20 minutes away, but there's always
oh,
traffic.
okay. Okay. You in the
There's
hood.
always traffic. Yeah. And honestly, the other half of 𝘁𝗵𝗄 is kind of ghetto. People always joke about 𝘁𝗵𝗄 being ghetto. It's not a joke. Actually, 𝘁𝗵𝗄 can be very ghetto. And
El Monte.
yes, El Monte. Sorry if the audio sounds a little weird. I got back in my car to readjust my parking. We have this big driveway, but I parked a little 𝘁𝗍𝙗. That means crooked in Spanish.
A little what?
𝘁𝗍𝗍.
Chueco. I'm brushing up on my Espanol using Duolingo before I go to Costa Rica.
O si te quiero practicar con yo, practico conmigo, porque sabes que yo entiendo también, es en parte de mi cultura.
Sí. Pero muy poquito.
Well, with any language, you got to learn the curse words first.
See, I don't though. Everyone tells me that. And I don't think that's appropriate. I don't actually know any curse words in Spanish, I think. Except stupido, if that's not a curse word.
No, that's just something kids say to each other.
Yeah. Whatever.
Now, I'm gonna be very blunt. When you're talking to Mexicans, they use mostly slang and curse words in their regular talk. I'm even talking like the professional level.
But this is Costa Rica. Costa Rica is Central America. So, I mean, does it touch
When
Mexico?
no, it does not.
No, that's fucking all those other ones. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of local people.
There's a lot of local people too there, and they love American pop culture, which is mostly full of curse words and sexual innuendo.
Oh, these kids today. Costa Rica.
But
Oh,
Costa Rica is beautiful.
Nicaragua.
It's very scenic, and then
Nicaragua.
also be wary of the tropical parasites. When I was in Belize, I contracted a parasite, a hookworm, through my foot.
Goodness
Walking on the beach.
gracious. What the fuck?
I mean, I got it out of my body. Thing violated me. I had to do an ayahuasca tea ceremony. Oh my
You were
god, I was
walking on the beach somewhere? What happened? Or
so. When was this? 2015, 16 in the
that
summer.
sounds terrible.
Yeah, I was in Belize, and I was doing
Oh, that's not
research for a
Costa Rica.
company.
Okay.
It's Central America.
It's not Costa Rica.
It's not Costa Rica, but it's still tropical, and they still get a lot of
I went to
weird.
Belize too, and yeah, they could. Okay, go on with the story. So go on.
Actually, I'm curious about your time in Belize. I just got a hookworm and then did an ayahuasca tea ceremony and then shat in the
See,
woods and puked at the same time for a
that
day and then
sounds dope.
hallucinated.
Have you? Okay, so how was your was that your first time doing ayahuasca? Was that your first and ever ayahuasca ceremony in Belize? Or
It was, but also I didn't know I was doing a hallucinogen. I just thought it was like a cleanser to get the worm out of me, which it definitely got everything out of me. But
whoa, how did you even get a hold of that? So you were with the people. You must have been in the streets with the
well,
people.
there
I
was.
uh,
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I was in a resort. I was not amongst everyone was like trying to keep me in the resort. So I didn't really get to experience Belize like that. I was with my ex.
Okay,
So yeah.
I see.
I wouldn't have ever come across someone who was just like able to help me relieve like a tapeworm or whatever the fuck you called it, a hookworm?
Yes, I had a hookworm.
A hookworm? Sheesh. With ayahuasca.
Well, I was working in Belize for a few months doing
Mm.
microbial research. I was studying E. coli mostly, but then for like the last few weeks, we got to just kind of dick around. So I was just hanging out at the beaches a lot, drinking. Lo and behold, I was feeling different. I had like red lines on my eyes going to my pupils,
Oh my god.
and then yeah, I went to a I don't want to call it a medical shop. It was like a not like a clinic. It was like a holistic clinic, and the woman who ran it, she was British and Belizean. Um muy morenita. That means she had lovely dark skin, and she had this retreat at it was like a retreat that you go to. Um, it was on the outskirts of the city, and there were you walk in, and there's the nice paved entrance. She had a lot of trees and stuff. It's a long driveway, and then you get to the house. It was a two-story house, medium
Neat.
size, with another house in back, and the house in back had a white roof, and it had cots in there, 8 cots, and
Wow.
then there was tables in the middle where they were pouring like the ayahuasca tea from the root or the vine,
Good Lord.
and I was in there with other people who were, some of them weren't like, some of them didn't have parasites, some of them were in there like just to hallucinate or to trip, whereas other people were there because they thought that this was like their last chance to fix something that was mentally wrong with them. That's what one lady was like.
Mm,
She was
mm,
she was
wow.
she was to the moon and back. But
Mm,
then there was someone else in there who had cancer, and they wanted to do ayahuasca because they thought it can give them the answers to make themselves
oh,
heal themselves.
bless their heart.
hmm I did not stay for very long because after like my third cup of the ayahuasca, I was really tripping, and I was supposed to stay there or on the compound. I did not. I ran into the jungle.
What did you do?
I ran away half naked,
Oh my God.
shitting myself, puking. I was lost for at least a day in the woods. I talked to a giant wooden snake over the cosmos about mortality. It was
Yes. Holy
epic.
shit. How did the snake look? Hold on. There's so many layers to this. Wait, so you were shitting and throwing up while you were running, or did you like shit and throw up while you were there at all and then started running?
The second part.
Okay. That's crazy. And then you ran into a snake.
Oh, I ran into a giant snake after I climbed a tree and scratched myself up and was getting eaten by all these bugs. I tripped really hard, and the tree was basically like a hammock, or it was like a life raft for me on a weird ocean, a weird purplish blue ocean. It was very cosmic. It's like the Milky Way liquefied and became the sea around me, and this giant wooden snake with piercing
What?
eyes, one blue, one green, and then it had a diamond on its head. Not a diamond, it was hexagonal. It was a hexagonal gem, like a reddish gem. And this snake was massive, but also it had human-like features, and it was not malevolent. Like, I wasn't scared of it. It didn't feel like it wanted to hurt me. It felt like it wanted to kind of comfort me, and it really did. It did
Just a
very
wooden
well.
snake. Did you have any like water with you or anything? You're just like out there
No,
half naked.
I was super dehydrated. By the way, like when I did make it back to the apartment I was staying at, I slept for like 2 days, and I just drank and
Oh
ate
god.
everything I could.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I've never done ayahuasca before, but I feel like I need to be in a safe space,
Yes,
and I want to get myself to a point where I won't need like a chaperone or to be in a situation where someone will have to like guide me through it. I want to be able to guide myself through it. Does
I recommend that.
that sound cocky? Uh,
In the best of ways, it does. In the best of ways.
I don't know, because I don't want to like be guided through down someone else's journey. I want to guide myself.
And I think you should too, because there is I forget the actual name for the theory, but there's a theory that every man and woman inherently, when we are left to our own devices, will have the natural instincts to guide and help ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I think that accessing some of these channels through these mediums and mechanisms of, using herbs or things from nature, I think that that's also something that we can intake in order to activate those inherent. Some people say it's in in our genes, it's genetic or whatever. But I think there are inherent survival skills that everyone has.
Mm-hmm.
That's also where we get our fight or flight from. But if we're always in fight or flight, then we're not in a receptive state of actually learning to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, I encourage you to try it on your own too, because I believe, sister, you have everything inside of you already to not only heal, but to transform.
To transform.
To
Well, thank
transform.
you. Thank you so kindly.
Oh, of course, of course. Claro que sí. That means of course in Spanish.
Claro que
Be-
sí.
yes,
I'm
because we
speaking
should
more
be
and more
transforming.
Spanish.
Oh yeah. But we should be transforming. We should be seeking to change in our lives. We should be ever changing like the winds, because
Hell yeah.
baptism through air dictates knowledge. And even though I do believe that we're also still always that child that we started out as, being born into this world, we carry our child self with us forever. We we still transform mentally,
Wait.
physically.
So how do you baptize through air?
Knowledge.
Remember? Oh, through knowledge. That's how you do it.
Yes, learning new things, new skills, and being receptive to
Oh,
learning new things. So willful ignorance
I love
is a
that.
handicap. Yeah, willful ignorance is a handicap to baptism through air. Baptism through air is knowledge, because we pull wisdom, knowledge, we pull voices, we pull everything from the air that is knowledge. Even if we're visually
Word.
seeing something, you have to see it through the air.
Yes, sir.
Air is knowledge and wisdom. Water is emotion. You can use water to perpetuate trauma and keep trauma going, or you can use water to wash away trauma with love or with compassion
Mm-hmm.
or with sympathy. And baptism through earth and fire, those are other things too I could talk about.
That's
But
beautiful. Please do. No, go on.
oh,
What's earth and fire? So earth, hold on, let me guess. Fire would be something like baptism through like your will, your what would that be? Hmm. Like
baptism through facing or confronting either your worst fears, your anguishes, or death.
oh my.
Fire is very transformative. Fire
Yes.
will fire is all consuming, but also too, if it burns away certain parts of you, it will always leave something left over.
Yes.
Fire is probably the most primal form of baptism, because it's the most transformative, the most painful usually, but
True.
also it can be the most rewarding and the most power giving. Now, baptism through earth, that is for grounding, that is for foundation, that is for stabilizing yourself. That is for if you are lost, or let's say you baptize yourself through air and you're lost in the air, you're lost in knowledge, you need foundation again. You'll need something tangible. Baptism through earth is to keep you grounded to the physical plane or the physical realm that you are in,
Hmm.
or at least to tether you to it.
Tether. A nice. I like that word, tether.
Yes, to
Yeah.
tether you to it. That way you can have something you're tethered to, that you can go back. When I astral project, I don't see a tether, but I know I have my tether there, because my tether is
Mhm.
emotional memory of being happy walking barefoot through the grass, or through the ground, or through the sand.
Mm. That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Now one day I'll
beautiful.
probably tell you, "Oh, you are magnanimous. You are extraordinary. You are
Magnanimous.
yes. You are dynamic."
Dynamic. Magnanimous. Hello.
Now I'm kind of sprinkling a little cheddar right here
I
into
know.
this
I know.
pipetta.
I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Well, I think this was a good first conversation. I really want to keep going though. What else can we dive into? What else do you want to dive into?
Well, we've touched base on metaphysics, we've touched base on theology, we've touched base on biology and modern technological innovation, we've touched base on human interaction. honestly, I would love to pick your brain about sociology. I would love to talk about the social
Okay.
dynamics of people growing up in the South compared to
People
on
growing
the
up.
West or in the North.
Now, see, I didn't grow up in the South. I was just in the South. I was just in Georgia for like 2 years. I grew up in Chicago.
That's right. You mentioned you were from Chicago.
Chi-town, which is still out east. It's on the east side, other side of the Mississippi. And so you grew up
What?
in California?
Yes, I grew up in California, but I did live around as well, other places in the country. And technically, I guess I lived in another country too. Yeah.
I count it as living in the country if you start working there, I think, right?
Yeah, I was in Belize for 4 months, and I was in Canada for like a month. I wasn't living in Canada, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, okay, kind of working
Or
there.
I guess you don't have to be working there. You could be just like, I don't know. If you're on a long vacation, I don't think that counts as living there. But you might as well because you're already like acting like someone who lives in the country.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and in Belize you can get by with English because it's an
It
English-speaking Latin
is. It's
American
like
country.
Creole. It's like broken Creole there.
Yeah, it's broken Creole, the way that they talk,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get by with English in Costa Rica as well. They're very tourist friendly, and also I think Costa Rica uses U.S. currency. They use American dollars.
Very nice to know. Very nice to know. Although I really want to brush up into my Spanish. But yeah, very nice to know.
Okay, let me at least teach you how to say the basics, like where's the bathroom?
I
I
know.
want to eat
¿Dónde
this. Oh,
está el baño? I'm on
¿dónde
Duolingo.
es el baño?
¿Dónde está es baño?
¿Dónde estás el baño?
¿Dónde estás el baño?
Or you can just say ¿dónde es el baño? Like
¿Dónde es el
where's it
baño?
at? It's like where's it at? Yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
Oh, it's not rude. Spanish or conversational Spanish is all about making it faster to say, but also just conveying your message.
Okay.
They use a lot of
¿Dónde es el baño?
yes. But conjugations in Spanish, sometimes I forget future conjugations for a lot of the infinitives of the words. So you just have to learn how to memorize that because they have a lot of words for conjugated things that don't sound like the
Yeah.
original infinitive of the word in Spanish. Because
Hmm.
Spanish has a lot of Arabic in it.
Spanish has a lot of Arabic in it
Yes.
because why?
Because the Muslims controlled the Iberian Peninsula for centuries, over 700 years. The Moors and the Muslim groups controlled Spain. So before Spain came to colonize the world, they were civilized by Muslim Africans.
Muslim Africans. And I was gonna say Spain tried to go out and basically colonize the whole fucking world, but yeah, what happened before that?
What happened before that is they were colonized.
It's crazy. We were all just colonizing each other.
Yeah, I mean humans didn't start out that way, but yes, basically we've been doing that
You
for at
think
least
so?
the
I
last
think
3,000.
they always like it always comes to that though. It always comes to like, hey, we're just gonna take over here, depending
That's
on
what we're told and that's what we're shown, but scientific evidence in archaeology has shown that there are a lot of city developments that are off the coasts of many places, or even in Indonesia, that where the city planning, all the homes were equal and they all had equal amenities in the entire cityscapes, and they were all very fundamentally practical. So that means those societies lived egalitarian and they got along with each other until a
okay.
volcano erupted.
Mm,
So I've come to
mm,
believe, I say belief out of ignorance because I don't know for a fact, but from what I've read about Lemuria and the stories of the first mothers, that original humans were very, very peaceful, very egalitarian, and it wasn't probably until maybe some natural disasters or maybe an invasive species from somewhere else came and interacted with them, which taught them to be cruel to each other, or
that's crazy. I feel
yeah,
like something that's taught. Yeah, it can't be natural.
yeah, it can't be natural, or hardship happened. People were living well with each other, and then a natural disaster happened, and then they were forced into fight
Yeah,
or flight.
man. Light my joint. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna start a second recording. Is that okay?
That is fine.
Okay, hold on. Did
There
you
we
hear?
go.
Did you hear that? Okay, we're
I
back.
heard that. I know.
Cool. I did that to my boss one time, who didn't pay me on time. It
Oh, good.
comes in handy. She's like, "What's going on here?" It's like, "Hi."
As you should, honestly, record everything that you can and document it. That way you always have evidence in case you need to sue someone. Because
Right,
suing,
but I can't.
Americans used to sue each other a lot more to keep people in check, to let companies and powerful people know that, hey, you still have to abide by these laws or you still have to abide by civility. So
And
honestly,
I get
people should
that,
do
but
more.
who? Well, like, what am I gonna do to sue somebody? That requires me to have some kind of, time
It
and money and energy to threaten.
No, no, and no.
No.
So small claims courts, you can do like up to I think 1,200 or $12,000, or maybe like more. No, yeah, because you can sue someone for 6 grand. So I think it's $12,000. You can go to small claims court, get the paperwork, fill it out. It does require a little bit of time, and okay, maybe more than a little bit of time, but you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay to start suing. And if you're just willing to kind of learn the few laws that there are that you really need to know about suing someone, more often than not, when individuals sue, oh, salud. Salud is
Gracias.
Spanish for bless you. Yeah,
Gracias.
de nada. But basically, people who go out and sue like on their own accord win more often than they do with a lawyer.
Yeah, represent myself and shit.
Yeah, but also every person I've ever known, and I don't know a lot of people because I grew up half Latino. Latinos are culturally conditioned not to learn the laws very often. So they don't sue, they don't learn these things, they're scared from doing it. But
Mm.
my dad's side, because we Negroes, we when every time they've sued, they always win. My uncle's here too. He calls us Blaxican because we are Mexican and black, but
Blaxican. I like that.
that's what my mom calls us too. Me and my brother and my sister. Damn, you coughing up a storm.
I
I need to
know.
take bigger rips.
In all fairness, this was like an infused joint. Uh,
Ah,
infused with
that's okay.
lingo.
We
I
have
only need to
communal
hit it
things
like
here too.
once or twice, and then I'm coughing forever. But yeah, suing. I don't know. I to be also fair. Like when I was recording that phone call, I was just trying to like front. I was just trying to
Oh,
get, you know,
respect.
s- scare her a little bit, and I was probably a little emotional that day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know
As
if
you should.
I don't know if
As you
I'm that
should.
petty to go as far as like taking somebody to small claims court. It depends on what it is. Not for no paycheck though. Depends on what it is. Maybe for a paycheck. Hey, depends on what it is.
I mean, that's your money that
It
you're
is my
dude.
money. Fuck you mean.
Yeah. And I don't understand what you mean by petty. How is suing someone petty? If you're standing up
um
for your rights and your
no,
money.
okay, I feel you. I feel.
Mm. But I get how you can feel like it's petty because it seems like so much extra work to go after someone when it's easy to just say, no, let it go. It's not
No,
revenge.
or just
I
be
realize that
like
too. It's
a
not revenge.
mad black
Yeah.
woman and just demand my shit to these people and then, get
Ah,
fucking
as you
arrested or
should.
something or they call security and no,
Chandrea, yeah.
just kidding. I'm not like that. That's not me. An old Chi Town version of me that could have been. A younger Chicago version of me. Chirac.
Younger, aren't you only like 25?
Oh, bless your heart and soul. Bless your heart and soul. Did I even get your birthday? Hold on. I gotta find.
Um,
You're an earth sign. You have to be an earth sign.
I am.
I feel like you're a Capricorn.
I am a Virgo.
You're a Virgo. Even better.
Capricorn's a water sign.
No, Capricorn's an earth sign.
Is it?
Yeah, my father was a Capricorn. Christopher.
I have to look that up.
I'm pretty
Because I know
bad.
Capricorns are it's half water, but then half goat is earth too. But
Mm,
Capri
it's a big.
Capricorn starts the
It's
month.
it's a misconception. People think Aquarius is water, but Aquarius is actually air.
Oh, you're right. Capricorn is
And
Earth.
I'm
I
only
thought
going
it was
by the
water.
12-month calendar. I'm not going by, whatever.
13 months.
Yeah, all that extra shit. Which would be cool if we could all like get on board with it, but
I'm on board with it. I totally am. I know that the Chinese used to have a cat for their 13th month, but then they say that the rat forgot to wake up the cat, so it didn't make it to the celestial party.
oh.
And then I know that um, the Greeks, they used to have Ophiuchus, the feminine male, the wild male who taught you how to heal, the serpent bearer. That was the 13th zodiac sign.
Wild
He taught
bear.
you how to suffer correctly. That suffering can actually be for something, and it can be transformative.
Interesting.
The wounded healer. Honestly, after I learned about that, I really started to empathize with that. I remember that article. I think I saved that article a few years ago in my phone that I read that taught me about Ophiuchus.
Hmm.
Like, imagine yourself. Healers are supposed to be people that you come to solve your problem, to heal you. But what does a healer do when
Right.
they are wounded or
I
injured? They have to
literally
heal
was
themselves.
just
But
asking
yeah,
that.
uh-huh,
I was just asking that in my last episode. Like, how does the healer uh get healed? Who heals the healer?
exactly. Who
Um,
heals the healer?
Now,
And
like, do you think
Ophiuchus
it's
and
supposed to
studying
be
him taught me that.
a self healing thing, or it's like someone who's just designated to heal the healer?
What if I told you it's everything and nothing? So there's moments where the wounded healer is left with nothing but their own devices, and sometimes that's
Self
not even
healing.
enough. But then also, it's calling out to the universe for help and accepting what comes your way, even if it's unfamiliar. I've read cases of wounded
Okay.
healers during World War II who are on the opposite, who are on the Axis powers, who sought help from the Allied forces, and on holidays they did help each other, and then they went back to fighting the next day, which was weird. But yeah,
Oh.
so wounded healers will seek help from the universe wherever they can get it, and it's transformative too after they heal usually.
All right.
That's also why I believe transformation is great because honestly, even studying um, microbial organisms and how they affect the human body, I've learned that. I mean, the point of like a vaccine in theory is supposed to be taking in the venom of something and it slowly changing you and building your strength so that you can survive being attacked by a snake. So we've escalated that to being with bacteria and viruses that you'll get a little bit of the dead virus or the changed or altered virus into your body, which will change and alter you to make you stronger to survive the changing world.
Mm.
And that's the point of transformation. You're still your same, but you're adding more of what's around you to you, or getting rid of something that was there in order to accommodate to the changing world around you.
Are you pro-vax? Are you? Is that what you're saying? Are you
Um,
are you vaccinated?
uh, I'm being recorded, huh?
Okay. Okay. Never mind.
Wait,
I don't
we could have that.
care.
We could have that conversation for another time. I will go in depth and in details. I'm not ashamed of like anything, but uh, yeah, I'll tell
So
you
I
my stance
get
on that.
like
But that's a conversation for
you're
something else. Yeah,
probably like in the military, or what was it? Not the military,
I worked for the military,
in the military,
and
or
my dad was military, so I'm an army brat.
so I get it. Like, sometimes
Yeah,
you got to do what you got to do, but
and sometimes you take loopholes, or you live in a state like Arizona where you can work in the medical field and not legally have to get vaccinated, so long as you just keep getting tested.
and it's not like I don't agree with what you're saying about like something coming and altering you to make you stronger. It's just the fact that this particular vaccine was just pushed the way that it was, that I'm just so like I couldn't get behind. If it was something that felt like it was more natural or authentic, I'd be like, "Oh, cool. Let me get a vaccine for that." But yeah, this just seemed like
Mm.
it was less about making you feel better and more about making you conform. So
Oh, Miss Williams,
is
Miss
that
Williams,
me?
you're making me do this now.
I love
Yes,
you.
I love you too. I agree with you. And it was being pushed because it was even being presented as you take it at your own risk because the government took down the safeguards
Right.
that were made with the vaccine companies and with the public to bypass. In, I think it was the 80s, there was vaccine injuries that happened, and companies got like sued, but then the companies were putting it onto the US federal government. So there was a compromise that was made where there would be safeguards put in place and monitored, I think, by agencies like the CDC
Uh,
and by the states,
okay.
between the vaccine companies, the public, and the government. And they disregarded those safeguards
Of
at the end of
course.
2019. And they basically really heavily promoted it, but they didn't openly state that you're taking it as a willing experiment. You
Mm.
were being a
Not
willing
until
host for
later.
an
Not until
experiment.
people were dying and stuff. Uh, they're like, yeah,
Um,
that's crazy, man.
what if I told you some countries in Eastern Europe and in Asia are trying to sue the World Health Organization for how they implemented the vaccines during the pandemic? And there's I can go so in depth
Wait,
to that,
who's
but
trying to sue the health
the
organization?
World Health Organization, like I said, I could go more in depth about it, but some Asian countries and Eastern European countries are suing the World Health Organization or trying to file even more lawsuits. They're trying to continuously sue.
Who owns
Yeah.
the who owns the who? Who owns
Well, I'm
who's
getting
is
into
that part
that.
of like the people who have who control the banks? Like what is it, the Reserve, Federal Reserve, or the CIA? It's like some independent fucking thing. Who
Yeah.
owns the
Probably
world?
not the CIA. The Catholic Church owns the CIA. Honestly, I don't know
The
who owns
Catholic
the World
Church
Health
owns the
Organization.
CIA. You
Yeah.
fucking think so? You fucking think so?
They report to them, and also a lot of them also have houses in Vatican City. And when I was in Catholic school, we took a trip to Vatican City. I got to go to Rome, and I think somebody told me, like, yeah,